Good morning, children. Welcome to our online class. So today we'll be continuing with the same chapter, that is networks and advanced concept. So in this chapter we have discussed about the cloud computing, different types of cloud computings, and the private cloud, public clouds, hybrid clouds, and on the basis of the services, that is IaaS cloud, PaaS, SaaS. These are the different types of cloud which we have discussed in our previous class. Today we will be discussing about the storing and sharing the data using the cloud computing. Now cloud computing had become very useful for the companies or for the individuals, because you don't need a physical components, you don't need any physical components for the storage. Also for installing the software also, you can just use the online softwares. Office 360s are there, Google Documents and all are there. You can just access through the net and you can use it, and you don't have to keep the install it in your desktop computers. So many facilities are provided with the help of the cloud computing. So as you know that cloud computing is nothing, it is an online platform where we can do all our works. Let us discuss the storing and sharing data using the cloud computing. In cloud computing, the user do not own the setup needed to support the program or applications they use. So setup, if I have to keep the storage, terabytes of data, gigabytes of data, if I have to keep the storage, then I need to have a huge capacity of hard disk, big capacity, hard disk having a big capacity. So it is expensive. I need to have a setup to install the softwares also, big softwares, and I need to buy the software. So the setups are not required. With the minimum setup, if you have an internet infrastructure, you can work with it. That setup is owned and operated by some other company to provide services, and the user pays only for the services they use. So whatever services you use, you have to pay for that. The user, the companies owns of this setup. You don't need to have a expensive setup. It is on demand utility based model of computing. On demand. So whatever demand you have, whatever need you have, according to the need, you can just order it and pay for it, and you can use it. The user can access computing services from the cloud without taking the permission from the service provider each time. So you know the different service providers, BSNL service provider is there, Vodafone is there, Airtel service, Bharati Airtel, all that service provider, the companies which provides you the internet connection is called the service provider. So you don't need to take the permission of the service provider in order to use the cloud facilities. Cloud computing services can be accessed to the various devices like laptop, smartphones, etc. Desktop computer, laptop, smartphones, everything with that. If you have that device, you can access the cloud computing services. Resources of the service provider like storage, memory, processing, etc. are joined together and assigned to the user according to the user requirement. So for what purpose, for what services you want to get that, use that, access that particular server, for storing or for installing, or for memory, or to do some processing, so that accordingly you can use that. Cloud computing services are measured and metered. So how much you use, accordingly you have to pay. So like you do in the internet data, how much data you are using, accordingly you have to buy that data package. Similarly, cloud storage also, cloud computing services also is metered and measured. So you have to pay according to your uses. This measurement allows the service provider to track the uses and charge cost according to the use of its resources. How much resources you use, accordingly you have to pay for it. If you are using less, you have to pay less. If you are using more, you have to pay more. The computing in the file, database and apps can be uploaded on the internet and downloaded on any other computers or mobile phone which is connected to the internet. This file can also be shared with anyone through cloud computing. The online service helps the user to access the files on any computers with the internet. So we can work as a network also. If you have an internet, you can transfer the file from one computer to another also. This was in a high demand by executive who travels or are out of office for a long time. So if your work is if your type of work is that you have to do lot of traveling, you can do the work in the while traveling also. This is the facility which is provided by the cloud computing. You don't have to be physically restricted to the particular one room and one office and work. You can work from anywhere. So now we all are experienced with work from home, online class, online test, everything can be done anywhere if there is a net. If there is no net, then no online, no cloud computing can be done. So seeing the demand, Google launched the Google Cloud Platform. This platform offers the user to store their files on the Google server. So Google Drives are all there. We can just upload the file on the Google Drive and access from anywhere where the internet is there, and we can work on our files. Similarly, we have this one on OneDrive, that is the storage server from the Microsoft Corporation. YouTube is also there. So many companies provide different free storage spaces for the storage of the data. Cloud computing. The platform offered user to store the files in the Google server. The file uploaded on the Google Cloud Platform can be protected using the password to prevent the misuse and unauthorized access. So the security of your data which you upload can also is there. Likewise, when you upload the pictures or data in the social networking site, your friends can see it, but if you have given the right to see, they will see. But in this OneDrive, if you have your own password, until and unless that particular person have a username and password, he cannot access your storage space. The platform is available for common use by the public. The free service of the platform puts some restriction on the storage. It also puts daily limit on the access of the files and folders. So if it is a free, there is a limitation. Some limits are there, up to 1 GB, up to 2 GB, up to 5 GB, up to 8 GB. So some limitations are there for the free storage, and the paid services provides the unlimited storage space. If you are paying, if you are becoming the member, then you can store any amount of information. Storage space with access to many more applications which are the part of the G Suite. There are no special hardware requirements to run the Google Cloud on their computers. So Google Cloud, you don't need to have a special software. If you are online, if you have a proper net, you can just try. If the systems can be connected to the internet and support Google search and YouTube, Google Cloud can work. So when we talk about Google platform, we see Google Meet is there, Google Mail is there, YouTube is there, Google search is there, Google Office is there, Google Documents is there. All that offices and everything online is there. So you just have to have an internet connection. So you can work with all that one. So let us discuss about the storage platform provided by the Microsoft Corporation. So OneDrive. This is OneDrive is an internet-based storage platform. So if you have many, if your photograph is not fitting in your memory of your phone, you can just upload in the OneDrive or Google Drive. If you have, once you have a Gmail account, you can upload to the Google Drive and keep it on the cloud. So here OneDrive is an internet-based storage platform by Microsoft which offers the file storage space to anyone with the Microsoft account. If you have a Microsoft account, you can you can store your files, you can store your photographs in the cloud. Additional storage space can be procured on payment basis. So it provides the free storage facility also, and you can also buy for more use. OneDrive gives a place to put files on the internet. The user needs to log into OneDrive through his or her Microsoft account to access the uploaded data. So you need to have an email ID of that Microsoft corporations to upload the file. The user can save the files and folders that are saved in OneDrive by sending and posting the link to the file and folders that is to be intended. The user can also specify that the files and folders is public, so anyone can see it. So you can specify whether you can keep it protected or it is shareable, you can make it public. It depends upon the person. So OneDrive is equally compatible with other computing devices like tabs and mobile phones. If you have your pictures and you want to upload in the OneDrive, you can do it. It's compatible, it can be done. The user needs to download and install the respective version of the app and can access all the files while on the move. So you can upload the file. OneDrive synchronizes data amongst the computer, phones, tablets and other computing devices that are set up using the same Microsoft account as soon as the user connects to the network. If the file is changed by the user by logging into the mobile and saved on the cloud, the modified file can also be accessed from the computer. So if you have one email ID, it can be synchronized. That means you can access from your mobile phone, you can access from the tabs, you can access from the computer if you have the one email ID. If it is modified, you have to access it from the computer also. You can do it by using the username and password. So to connect to the OneDrive is uploading the file to OneDrive is very easy. You just have to connect to the internet, open the file explorer, copy the file, and the file explorer locates the OneDrive folder. Then you have to paste it. It's very easy, like cutting and pasting, but you need to try. To share the link, okay, you just go through the steps. Now the next storage platform provided in the cloud computing is a YouTube. YouTube is a video sharing website which is a part of the Google Maps app suite. So YouTube is also the components of the Google app suite. So Google Meet, Google Search, Gmail, Google Mail account, all these are YouTube, WhatsApp. See, all these are the Google package. It is an online storage and sharing platform for videos and music files. So online sharing of videos and music files can be done in the YouTube. So YouTube is a cloud platform where we can upload the file and store it in the cloud. It works on the same principle of OneDrive. However, the difference is that while on OneDrive, the user can upload and store all types of files. In case of the YouTube, only videos and music files can be uploaded and stored on YouTube. So in the difference between the OneDrive and YouTube is that in OneDrive only the many types of files can be kept for the future reference, but in the YouTube you can just use the video and music files. It facilitates the user to share the videos with other. Most of the uploaded files on the YouTubes are free to view. So all of you are viewing the files in the YouTube. So it is very easy to view. You can also upload it and keep it for a future reference. The medium of sharing videos and music files have gained immense popularity in the recent year. The user can upload, playback, search, download all types of audio and videos files from this service. Even the students use the YouTube channels to supplement what is taught to them in the class. So now most of you are referring to the YouTube videos in order to find your topic. So these are some of the storage devices provided in the cloud computing. So I hope you have understood the chapter. I just want you to go through the chapter and solve the exercise. I will be sending the PDF to you. Thank you and have a nice holiday.